Welcome back to part 10 of the left hand side. The adventure continues down the Gibb River Road. So today we start off at our Questro station. That's where part 9 ended, of course. And we managed to get out through that Pentecost River crossing without falling off this time. Well, I didn't fall off, I only did. And you can see from the shaky video it was pretty rugged. So we head back up our Questro Road and then we turn left and we continue down the Gibb River Road, and from here on the road quality gets a lot worse. It's pretty rough, pretty rocky, and you've got to be fairly careful where you're putting your tyres. There's always a few four-wheel drives broken down with flat tyres down this road. So we continue on. We got to start pretty early in the morning. I think we got away about 7 o'clock, and I was hoping to get to Kalumburu by the end of the day. So we head up and we turn off up to Kalumburu, and we get fuel at Drysdale River Station, which is a couple of 100 k's in, and then continue on. We battle through some seriously rough roads and we end up at Kalumburu. And those rough roads broke one of the bolts in my subframe, so I had a very wobbly motorcycle to ride before I realised what was going on. One bolt broke and the other one was just about worked its way out. So we continue back down and I camp not far from the turn off to Drysdale River Station, and then the next day we head back down to the Gibb River Road and we continue our adventure. Oh, what am I doing here? That's right, I'm just showing you where Drysdale River Station is because I've got fuel on the way back as well. And that's, yeah, that's where it is there. Drysdale River Station. There's quite an extensive little caravan park there. And we proceed down, get back onto the Gibb River Road again, and then the rest of the day is into Derby, of course. And there's some absolutely fantastic scenery across some of the mountain ranges. It's got to be seen to be believed. And we end up in Derby and we spend a couple of days there just to recover. So a couple of big days on the bike, I tell you. Alright, I hope you enjoy this part of the left hand side. Look at the size of that place. Well, we're back on the Gibb River Road again, heading west. Today's destination will be Kalumburu. Just trying to deal with, there's a lot of Forbies on this road. It's well used, that's for sure. Dusty as. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, made it across those two creek crossings this time with only a little bit of water in the boots. I think what happened on the way back, on the way going in, is that it wasn't in off-road mode, it was still in street mode. So when I got to hit a couple of little bumps there and opened the throttle, the traction control cut in, and so nothing happened. And then when I hit another couple of rocks, it just speared me. I didn't have enough control. It's definitely easier going back through the other way. There's a guy in front of me there. I don't know whether to let him go or catch up and pass him. He's going to cover me in dust. And the Pentecost River's not that far up here, and I might just do some filming on it. I'll see what it looks like. El Questro, well set up. Good camping spot if you're ever this way. Maybe a bit pricey. $33 for an unpowered site, just somewhere to chuck your tent. But it's got all the amenities. Everything you could need. There's even a steakhouse there. I had tea at the steakhouse. I didn't have a steak, I had a piece of barra. Locally caught, of course. And it was bloody beautiful. Right, yeah, I might pick the pace up a bit now. This guy's dust's out of the way. And we'll do a bit more filming later on. That's a view out over the Kimberleys. There's a Pentecost River down there. Here comes a car, I'm out of here. Oh, the old Gibb River Road's getting a bit rugged now. It's keeping me busy, trying to find a reasonably smooth line through all the rocks and corrugations, etc. Oh look, they must have got that bad they had to seal a little bit of it. Unless the tourists couldn't get up the hill. It's funny how they do that every now and then. I mean, is a road meant to be a bit of a challenge, or is it not meant to be a bit of a challenge? Oh, nice couple of corners anyway. It's about get the knee down. Well, you don't expect to see a bit of smooth bitumen in the middle of the Gibb River Road. But here it is. So while it lasts, we'll soak it up. That was it. Short but sweet, a quick respite for the suspension and then back into it again. Another bit of bitumen. It's just a little bit of bitumen over the rise. I'm not sure if I'm disappointed about that or not. You think it's going to get a bit tricky. Oh, there's a car up ahead. We'll quickly try to catch up to him and get past him before we get back on the gravel and get dusted out. No, we're not going to make it. We'll get close. Now we're going to get dusted out. And we can't see around the next corner. I say foobar to that. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Who knows if there's something coming the other way or not. So we'll breathe dust for a minute and then we'll scoot past him. That's if you can still see out the front of the lens. Here we go. Trouble, he doesn't know I'm here. He's not looking in his rear view mirror. There we go. Now we're covered in dust. Let's put the cruise control on. Yeah, I know, dirt road. Flick the cruise control on. Give the helmet a wipe. Give the camera a wipe. I can see again. I knew it was going to be dusty today, so I had the foresight to stick a rag in my pocket. I can easily pull it out and give everything a wipe. Just a little microfiber cloth, slightly damp, like my socks from those creek crossings. The dry river crossing. At least my boots won't get wet. I read on that TripAdvisor blog, someone said the Duncan Road was a much better drive than the Gibb River Road. That's what they said. About the only good thing about the Duncan Road was that it was a lot better quality. This is very rough. But the scenery down the Gibb River Road is much better. The big escarpments and all that. Ah, my mirror. The one I clipped with the tree the other day, it got loose, so I just took it off. I'll have to screw it back on once we get to the servo. I'm not sure that would pass scrutineering. Go through your bloody leg. If you fell off. Oh, what goes here? Guy on a motorbike and some travellers having a chat. All good? Yeah, battling through it.
Hey, you doing alright?
Yeah, not too bad.
Where are you going tonight?
Kalumburu.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about whether to go there or Mitchell Falls. Are you going to do Mitchell Falls on your way back, man?
Yeah, probably. Just depends how I go for time.
How's it going? Alright, where are you from?
Well, I've come from Kununurra the last couple of days, but down south of Perth.
Going good, eh?
Yeah. The back tyre's getting down a bit.
I'm trying to... My front, I'm trying to bloody... just go easy on here, just to try and preserve it.
It's pretty rough, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought you might have been that BMW crowd.
No, I met up with those guys, in at Timber Creek.
Oh, yeah, yep. Yeah. Oh, they stayed at Home Valley last night.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Well, I saw you come over for that.
Yeah, there's a few of those guys, eh?
Yeah. The vehicle and everything. Well, they don't normally get up and go till about 8 o'clock, so
Don't they?
yeah. Oh, that's cool. What are you got much planned up Kalumburu way or?
Nah, not really. I've got to be back at work a couple of days, so I can't buck around too much.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever been up that way?
Nah.
Nah. So I was thinking about trying to do a sneaky buddy beach camp at that McGowan's or one of those other joints up past it.
Yep.
But I'll see if I can find something that might give us an honest appraisal when we get closer. I can or not? Nah, don't do that, you idiot. Yeah. Oh, very good. Well, I'll follow you, man. I'm just poking along.
I'm setting at a reasonable pace. I'm trying to get on top of the bumps if I can. I'll probably see you at the next fuel stop. G'day. Yeah, sorry guys, I forgot to record the turn off from the Gibb River Road onto the Kalumburu Road. But, whoa. Yeah, she's got much more sandy now. And it says Drysdale River Station I can get fuel. So that'll be good. Just zoom that out. Yeah, it was back there. No, you can't see bug all. I think we're probably going to have some deep sandy bits on this road, just to keep us a bit more interested. It's a nice little river crossing. So we're heading north again, more or less, up towards the Mitchell Plateau, Kalumburu. Still heading on the road to Kalumburu. Some of the corrugations on this road are absolutely horrendous. I think they are second only to the Great Central Highway corrugations. But there's a lot less good bits on this one. It's almost constant corrugations. Fueled up at, can't remember one of the stations, insert name here. And met up with the guy I was talking to on the motorbike on the Gibb River Road, Scott. He's been on his bike for 3 months, quit his job, having a midlife crisis, he said, and he's just on the bike touring around. No place to go. He said his only commitment is in November. He's got a family reunion. Otherwise he's a free agent. Man, that would be living the dream. How to do that and make money out of it? What, do you write a blog? Do you... Who knows? I mean, what, you can't test products for companies because ultimately the reviews are not going to be good. Nothing's designed for this kind of stuff. I mean, imagine if Camera X here had said, yeah, look, we've got this adventure camera and we want to send you out the bush, you know, ride with it, take videos with it. and then write a review. Well, I've given you all this money. You're not going to say what a piece of shit, software's crap, it's got so many issues it's not funny. No, you're going to give it a positive review, or at least not a negative review. You have to put a couple of minus points in there, otherwise it's not going to look real. So, you know, I don't know, how do you live with yourself and advertise at the same time? Pretty hard. But there's guys out there that do it. AVE seems to, I don't know if it's his sole job, doing what he does in his shed, pulling things to bits and making things. But he always gives a completely independent review on the stuff that he pulls apart. He's definitely worth a watch. Canadian prankster. Anyways, we're just going to keep battling on down this road till we get to Kalumburu. My feet have dried out now, which is nice. Instead of squelching in my riding boots. Anyways. The road is opening out a little bit now. Still fairly rough, but getting to that open country again where you can actually sort of see into the bush, and it just makes for so much better ride. You can look around, it takes your mind off the road and how much it's jarring the crap out of the stuff in your panniers. Visumo is saying 85 Ks to Kalumburu. I had to check the zoomer for where I was going. I had a brain fade. You get that when you've been on the bike for 8 hours or more. You kind of zone out. I lost one of my gloves, so now I've got no gloves on. I foolishly left it sitting on the back of my swag. I had them squashed in there because I was just going to do some filming and I wanted to be able to manipulate the camera buttons, and then got to a rough patch somewhere. They must have, one glove has fallen off, so now there's no gloves. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get more gloves at Kalumburu. That'll be a broom job, I would imagine. In the meantime, my hands are going to get well sunbaked, but hopefully not gravel rashed. The road works, eh? That might mean it's going to be smooth riding. Reducing the speed. Preparing to stop. This guy looks like he's going to wave me on. Bit of a hole in the road there. It's not getting any smoother. It's not much better than bush track at the moment. You know, it's rough when the big KTM's reduced to 35 Ks. Not that you couldn't scoot over it, I suppose, but I'm just looking at these rocks. They're straight through your tyre, some of them, look. They're like little flints. Sharp as. Oh, I don't know if this should have road status. I'm thinking more Kalumburu track. Oi, caramba, she's rugged. Well, I tell you what, the old Zumo's getting the crap shaken out of it, as with everything else. Here comes a real nice part, and of course there's another car coming. There's enough room to get past this guy. Let's get up on the pegs. Like I said, Kalumburu track. My biggest concern with all these rough roads is my fuel containers sitting in the panniers. If one of those starts leaking, I'm going to end up with a little sloshy petrol bomb right next to my muffler, or on the other side. I have been closely checking the containers. So far so good, but you can't pull over and check them every couple of miles. That would defeat the purpose. Oh, so smooth, it's like running on bitumen with corrugations in it and sand. Have a look at this. I must say, this is much better than trying to belt across the top of corrugations at 110, because at least you got something to do here. Your eyes peeled, trying to find the least rocky path through, dodging four-wheel drives coming the other way. Friendly guys there. They know I'm doing it hard, eh? A smidge of smooth again. Oh, we're not far out now. About a K out. Deep in the middle, that one. Really doesn't make it easy when you can't see the bottom. You don't know if there's a big rock. You're just taking a guess. Oh, that's smoke's getting me in the eyes a bit. Doing some burning off around here somewhere. Oh, look, civilization. Check it out. Kalumburu. Oh, the town started before the bitumen. That's unusual. Wow. Mission office. Is that right? Question is, where do we set up the camp for the night? That is a very good question, which we don't know the answer to. Because I didn't see a sign anywhere. We'll have a look around and then I'll get back to you. Well, Kalumburu was a bit of a fizzler. Don't leave rubbish lying around. Yeah, it was definitely outback town. There was nowhere to stay. So I headed out looking for a campsite and it just turned into sand, real deep sand. Dropped the bike a couple of times. Got a bit discouraged, couldn't work out why I kept dropping the bike, and went to pick it up by the pannier, and the whole pannier was loose and wobbly. Turned out this screw here had broken off, so I got it out, took one of these out. The thread was completely stripped, it didn't fit. Oh, sorry, the screw was too small. The only thing I had was a bit of mirror. The mirror support off here, it goes in here, that was the only similar size. So I've screwed that in there. And yeah, hopefully that's going to get me home. But things are getting a bit rattly. Just so a really rough gravel road to go. So I've taken all the weight out of the panniers that I can. Dumped all the fuel in the tank. Not going to carry any spare fuel. It's just too much weight for these rough roads. And we're heading back to Drysdale station today. That's another 60 k's. That's another 60 k's down the road, and then we'll fuel up and we'll head to Gibb and then Derby. I don't know if we'll get there today. We'll see how we go. Well, off we go again. Flame and stand switch, eh? I just snuck off the road last night. This is all I could find. I kept riding. Oh, it was about 8:30 before I pulled over. That's how discouraged I was. I was knackered. I was over the corrugations. Anyway, today's a new day. New corrugations. And we're going to try to ride a bit slow. I'm trying to take it a bit easier on the bike. I'm really concerned I could break something that I'm not going to be able to fix. So the cruising speed will be reduced. And excuse me, next stop will be Drysdale station for fuel. It's about 60 k's down the road. Drysdale River. Oh, have a look at that. How picturesque is that? Palm trees and gum trees and clear, cool water. And only a few saltwater crocodiles to spoil your day. We're coming up on the Drysdale River Station. Oh look, someone left the gate open. Oh, we'll let this guy out, then we'll close the gate. I'm just going to get some fuel, some water. Hit the road. Hey, these two guys were here yesterday. Oh, but they're having troubles. Or they stay here overnight, I don't know. Unleaded petrol. Might seem insane, but the only way to ride these bloody corrugations is as hard as you can. You get into some of the loose stuff and she gets a fair old tail wobble up because of the weight of the panniers. Look, that 120 k's through there and it's still rough, and I'm just skimming the top of the bumps. Trying to find somewhere smooth. a bit hairy, but I think it's actually less stressful on the bike than trying to go slow. And I don't know, let the suspension do the work. It's just too much. Sandy patch. It's just it's very tiring hanging on to her for this length of time. It's just never ending. These are the corrugations that have been causing so much grief on this road. And what is really weird is, look at that. Can you see that? I've got the light on the wrong angle there. It's just, there's nothing there. It's just loose dirt. And it gets pushed up into these corrugations, and man, oh man, they just rattle the crap out of everything. And it's just 200 k's of it, more or less. Even too much for the KTM. Just going to show you how difficult an overtaking manoeuvre is here. When you catch up to someone, all you can see is dust. So when there's a little bit of a clear spot like we've got now, oh Jesus, look at that dead cow there. Imagine that just popping out of the dust on your side of the road. Anyway, well, you can sort of see a bit. Try to catch up. That's double dust. That's what we want. Okay, there he is up there. Just see the back of his car. So dusty. Oh, he's on the brakes there. That's where you've got to be careful that they don't hit the chocks in a floodway or something. But once you get close enough, at least you can see them over the top of the dust. Then you can try to make a manoeuvre to get past them. Boy, this guy's absolutely showering me crap. Someone coming the other way. It's a guy on a bike. Good on him. Now, we should be good to get out and around. Like so. After getting all those stones and crap, I can't see a thing out my visor. Probably makes it a bit clearer for you guys now. That's what it's like trying to get past someone on the road. So careful you got to be. Oh, coming into Mount Barker station. Looking forward to getting a bit of tucker and a bit of fuel. Roadhouse up here somewhere. Hey! That was one of the big Trumpies. Tiger Explorer. Fuel and food. Fill the man and fill the beast. Oh, some of the BM crew, I think. cell, unleaded. Well, we're at the western end of the Gibb River Road, and well, there's some bitumen here, but I don't know if this is the official start of the bitumen. Could be messing with our psyches and my bike suspension and my aching subframe bolts. We'll see. We just pulled over to have a look at this big old boab. We're going to go in for a closer look. Have a look at the size of the trunk. That's its water store for the dry season. And what is weird, when you get up close, it's got this super smooth resin coated trunk. It's almost like a plastic coating on there. Gnarly old thing. But look up into the crown there. Isn't that fantastic? It's all trunk and only a couple of leaves right on the top left over from the last wet or the last cyclone that came through. What a beauty. A bike in the Boab. Well, that was a Boab exploration. Had a cool drink. Next stop, Derby. And hopefully we can get a room in a motel. If not, we'll take the old caravan park routine. Which either way is fine by me. You put that hole there. Road to myself. Welcome to Derby. I wonder where the main drag is. I think this is it. The map's not that big. There's Woolies. Vacancies, eh? We'll see how much it's going to cost to stay there before we go running around. We'll just find somewhere shady to pull over. There's the perfect spot. And just do a bit of internet perusing.